My name's Ellen Bass, and I'm going to introduce Huang Hung. The seeds for this evening were planted when I was introduced to Huang Hung by Dave Gallo, a veteran friend of Dick Guthrie, who will be reading later tonight. I was going to visit Vietnam in December and hoped to meet poets and writers there, and Dave suggested that I contact Huang Hung. And they had met each other in the Bamboo Forest Zen Center in Vietnam, and that's how this evening all began. When Hung told me that he was going to be in Chicago, I thought, well, Chicago is a lot closer to Santa Cruz than Saigon is, and we shouldn't miss this opportunity. Everything just kind of blossomed from there. I've long been an admirer of Andrew Pham's work, and he also happened to be here and not in Thailand, where he usually is, and we thought, oh, this is great, and Andrew agreed to come, and then we got more and more and more, and many of Huang Hung's fellow poets and translators are here with us tonight, and it's great, we're all together. Huang Hung was born in 1942 into an intellectual family in North Vietnam. His grandfather was the governor of a large province, his father a doctor of medicine trained in France. His poetry received early recognition, and he became a prominent poet of the anti-American war generation. But he soon became disillusioned with the Communist Party's leadership and began writing dissident poetry that he did not publish. After the reunification of the country in 1975, he moved to Saigon as a journalist. There he became increasingly influenced by modern literature of the West, especially American literature, and his poetry underwent a major transformation. In August 1982, Huang Hung was arrested for possession of a poetry manuscript by Huang Kham, a famous dissident poet. As a result of this and the discovery of his own dissident poetry, he was accused of reactionary activities and imprisoned for 39 months. In 1985, shortly before the institution of renewal policies by the Vietnam Communist Party, Huang Hung was released from prison. He returned to Saigon, renamed Ho Chi Minh City, and with the English language he had acquired in prison with the use of a dictionary and copies of Moscow News, he began to work again as a journalist and translator. Under the renewal policies, he was able to publish 2 books, Seahorse and The Man in Search of His Face, as well as essays on the modernization of Vietnamese poetry. Though these works were criticized by the official press, they were welcomed by young poets, and Huang Hung became a symbol of the spirit of renewal in Vietnamese poetry. In 2006, even though his book, My Journey, won the prestigious Poetry Award given by the Hanoi Writers Association, his Poems of Imprisonment, Nightmares, was refused repeatedly by the official publishing houses of Vietnam and could only be published online, where it was widely read and shared. His poems have appeared in the anthology 100 Great Vietnamese Poems of the 20th Century, and have been published in translation in France, the United States, and other countries, as well as being included in the anthology Black Dog, Black Night, Contemporary Vietnamese Poetry, co-edited by Paul Hoover and Huynh Do. In addition to writing his own poems, Huang Hung has translated many works of modern poetry from other languages into Vietnamese. He's won numerous awards and grants for this work, which have provided him with residencies in Paris and the United States. Huang Hung's poems are spare, elegant, vivid. They carry a depth of emotion and complexity that continues to reverberate long after you hear the poem. They are unforgettable. And we do have chapbooks for the first time of Huang Hung's poetry in the lobby for sale. It's very exciting that these are now available, not just online, but published, and we hope that you will buy them. I'm honored to present Huang Hung. Please come up, and please, Huang Hung's fellow poets and translators.